So, did I tell you that twice in one day I've been asked if I've gotten my hair cut, and I see those people once a week, every week, and I haven't gotten my hair cut or colored in probably 4 weeks, and they're like, "Did you just get your hair cut?" And I
Because
was
it
like,
looks so
"Nope."
good.
And they're like, "It looks so shiny and healthy. It looks like it's done." And then I had another person just say, "You're having a good hair day." And I'm like, "I know. Every day feels like a good hair day now." So I actually went to Hot Works this morning, where you just sweat in like 125-degree room.
Right.
And I did Pilates. So I had my hair, pulled back in a tight pony, headband. This is post workout.
Now
Isn't that crazy?
that's a true
Uh-huh.
testimony because I did hot yoga last week, same kind of thing. Usually after hot yoga where you sweat like that or like the place what's it called again?
Hot Works.
Hot Works. When you go places like that, I mean, come on, you come out looking like a freaking wet mouse or something. And
Well, and it was wet. I did hit the
yeah. But
floor.
there's no return. Like you have to usually wash it.
Right. Normally it feels scummy up here. And so, I mean, it's just as light and fresh as it was before. This is blowing my mind more than I actually anticipated. I mean, I knew it would be good, but like these before and afters that people are showing me after a couple months, like a month worth of, or a couple weeks worth of like the hair serum,
Right.
like
Have you
that's
seen
that's just one thing. And then like my personal experience, and I mean, it is just blowing my mind. I can't wait to go see my stylist.
Have you seen Patrick Murphy's hair?
Yes, that's what I'm.
I mean, because okay, so we saw Wendy Hatton's dad's,
Yeah,
and I'm not, obviously that's real, but
yes.
it was like I need some more. I need some more of the same kind of bald spot that's just merely thinning. There's no way you can comb it differently. I don't want any skeptics to be able to say anything. And I called Shalyn.
I even have been skeptical. Like, I'm not sharing that.
It has to be. It has to be parted the same way. I mean, there's a lot of factors, right? So I called Shalyn this morning. I'm like, "Shut up!" And she's like,
I saw it and I was like, "No." Well, first of all, I didn't realize that like you don't always see this top of someone's head,
Right. I mean, that is insane.
I know.
And also, random, I have, I've had some health issues in the last 6 months, so I have gotten a ton of new gray hair. I mean, it's like I might be white by this time next year, but right when I decide to go dark, perfect timing. So I've noticed, this is really weird. I almost took a picture of it. So I have a hair on my head. I used to have random short hairs here and there from breakage. So I have this hair that's about that long that's gray. It's super coarse. Shut up. We'll just leave it at that. But the part coming out of my scalp, not the end, is darker than the rest of the hair.
Stop.
I'm like, I had to because I won't even allow that, that's like next level. No. Like we're enjoying the upfront benefits.
Yes.
We're hoping that that the hair growth, we know that there's going to be hair growth and we know that it's going to lessen gray. Their company would not claim that.
I'm expecting 5-6 months, and maybe that's still the case, but I'm starting to get whiplash by the amount of
It is. It really is. Like I guess I wouldn't allow myself to be excited about those things because I thought we'll see how significant. Because okay, say it does help you regrow hair and say it does lessen gray. Well, if it's so minuscule, you can't hardly get excited about it. And obviously, we don't have to worry about that. It's not minuscule. So
no, it's pretty exciting stuff. So.
Very exciting. So so that's great. Do what?
Let's get this training started.
I know, right? So I wanted to talk to you today about the girl wash your face parties that Wendy Hatton's doing. Have you seen the pictures of those with the nice little bowls?
I have. So
I think I'm going to do it. So I've had, spa parties. I've had different types of parties, but I think I'm going to do that. At first, honestly, I thought it was just a really cute theme, right? So I love cute themes. I'm all about that. My themes usually are dedicated around alcohol. That's terrible, but it's honest. It's usually, girls' margarita night or bubbles night or whatever for champagne. There's just different things that really get my friends' attention, which is sad. But we all have kids, so normal. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's really cute, whatever. But here's what happened to me this morning. And I was like, I can't wait to tell Shellie this. So I went to CrossFit this morning. So we're finishing up CrossFit. And there's a girl at CrossFit. She's just adorable. She's 55. This girl is the bomb. And she's getting just like some hormonal acne right here. It's always kind of red. It's kind of scaly. It just always looks irritated. So she starts talking to me about it. Like it's just an open conversation, group of girls, and she's talking about it. And I said, gosh, you need to maybe try our acne pads. I said, not only will it help with the acne, but it's going to help with that redness. And she was like, really? Because she kept focusing on how red her chin always looks. And I said, yeah, it calms the skin, all that, blah, blah, blah. So we're chit-chatting. Well, CrossFit's only like 2 minutes from my house. So she's talking about what she washes her face with. And I'm like, that's a great product, but it's too drying. It's going to cause more irritation. And that whole stupid acne cycle of dry skin, peeling, redness, chemical warfare all over the face, blah, blah, blah. So I said, why don't you come over to my house real quick and get some samples, take them home? And she was like, okay. So she comes over. I'm like, why don't you come on in for a second? So I have her wash her face and use an acne pad. And I put a couple acne pads in a Ziploc bag. 4. That's it. And actually 3. I'm stingy. Let's be real. So I'm like, okay, so you're using the acne pad this morning, tonight, tomorrow morning, and tomorrow night. So we're chit-chatting about it and explaining the double cleansing, blah, blah, blah. And like a light bulb goes off. I'm like, I'm doing a girl wash your face party right here, impromptu, focusing only on what she's interested in, obviously. Sure. So it was perfect. And then by the time we got done talking, a whole 5 to 7 minutes as she's leaving, I said, look at your face. Go look in the bathroom. And she goes, oh my gosh, I could go out in public. Like it almost looked like she had on a really light foundation.
The redness was already down?
Yes. And her skin, her pores, everything. I don't know if our face wash actually puts like hydration into the skin without the grease. But her skin just looked so hydrated without, funky greasiness. It was crazy. I love that. It's a true testament that when you use crappy products all the time and then you just flip the switch and use something good, it makes a difference. And then all of a sudden she said, well, you never know. Maybe I could afford this. I said, listen, you can't afford it if it works. I said, that's the catch always. If we can fix the redness and keep that acne flare up from happening, it will be worth every penny. And she goes, you're right. So anywho, all about posture and keeping it simple and keeping it real.
I love it. And the whole girl wash your face party too. It's like, you almost want people to come, because one of the things we always hear is, oh, I can't come by because, I'm going to be running in between games, or, they feel like they're maybe it's a busy day and I'm going to be coming straight from work or whatever. Like, encourage them to come bring cozy pants and to get cozy here, have a glass of wine, wash their face, go home, bed ready, and making it like a night for them, or like an experience, the whole experience. So if they are already kind of like running around dirty, lazy, perfect. That's what we want to show you, how this just is a routine that fits right into your life.
Right.
If they're a busy professional and they're going to come over right after work, okay, great. You can grab some, snacks, a glass of wine, bring something cozy for you to change into, and then we'll just have you actually go through the process here.
Right.
And then potentially maybe you can even follow it up with a sample or two if you wanted to.
I kind of like where you're going with that, because I think if I remember correctly, sometimes we start doing something, we get really excited about it, works really well, and then we're human, we get bored with it, and we move on to something else. But I specifically remember people having like a sort of a bedtime. Come over, try this, and this, and like you said, leave and go to bed. So we could be promoting, have a glass of wine before you go to bed, come over after your kids are in bed, and the whole take a sleep chew home with you and pop it in before you brush your teeth. The dental hygienist in me is like, before you brush your teeth. But I think we just kind of came up with a different angle. That's what we did.
Yeah.
So PJs, bedtime, come over for a minute, try
Totally.
this stuff, in and out. I
But
like
I
it.
think you'd agree with me that if you're watching, whoever's actually watching this, the one thing you cannot
Actually,
do is be afraid of it, right? You can't be afraid to just have someone, even if it's something as small as start with your circle of neighbors just right around you because they're the easiest to get into your house to actually have like the bowls out and, wash the face and just start there to get some posture, some confidence. And then you can always, like, now you invite your customers or you invite
right.
their, just extend your network. But if you haven't done one of these, you got to start somewhere. It really is do it tomorrow and tell everybody that you're popping a bottle of wine and you need some testimonies and you need their faces. So come over, dirty or not, and you're going to give them a glass of wine. You're going to help them wash their face.
Yes. And another thing you could promote, this is terrible, but almost genius. You could hit them up and say, I know you're probably busy at 7 getting the kids ready for school tomorrow and everything, but skip bedtime. Leave that to your husband. Put on your pajamas, worry just about you, come over to my house, wash your face, use the products that pertain to you, have a glass of wine, let's chat, and then I'll send you home with a sleep chew. And then you just got out of bedtime. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
welcome.
And you can even give them an energy chew so that they can kind of see what that's like. Tell them to take it before they even take their coffee. I don't know. I like it. So we're encouraging people to just get active in that way. That is one of the easiest ways for people to showcase the products and obviously talk about the business. I mean, you can open up one of those call or one of those little, girl wash your face by being like, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I wanted you to check out this. I need your testimonials kind of stuff. We'll figure out what products you want to try and then we'll just, zero in on those. But the other thing I just need you to know is the reason why I do this. And I chose to do this to get my product for free, to make a little extra money and, just to kind of network with friends. It's a hobby that I enjoy doing, but I get paid on it,
Right.
And that could be your opener. And when people hear that, they're like, okay, cool. And they remember like you're planting a seed. That's all. And so
when I was talking to, that made me think when I was talking to the lady that was here this morning, I've kind of made a commitment to myself. Anytime I talk about products, I talk about the business too. So maybe not a big dissertation, but more of a plug.
Yeah.
So I gave myself or the business a plug multiple times today. Like I remember specifically saying, just so I can, say the right thing right now, but I remember specifically saying, that's why I love my job. That's why, that's why I have this house. That's why it's so easy because products work and look how happy you are. And she was like, she goes, maybe me and my husband should do this.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you should think about it. We have a lot of awesome couples that do this together. And she's like, really? So it's just, what if I wouldn't have said that? You have to put the idea there or else those things aren't even thought of. Or honestly, I think a lot of people think, well, if Shellie or Erin thought I could be good at this, they would have told me about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever told somebody and they say, I was wondering if maybe you just thought I wouldn't be good enough at it and that's why you've never talked to me about it?
Yes. Yep. Agreed completely.
Okay, so we just went back old school and talked about some things that used to work blended with things that are working now as far as doing like the later RRPs at night. So what about earlier you were telling me you're going back to square one with some things that you used to do on social media and you feel like it's making a big difference. And I'm totally jumping on that train and doing the same thing starting tomorrow.
So, I feel like my Facebook, let's just talk Facebook for a second. I feel like my Facebook is a hot mess. Meaning, I love the interaction and stuff I get from the people within my company. And, but a lot of times, I'm not sure if my Facebook posts are actually like getting pushed down for all of my other warm market to see.
Right.
So I'm making getting a little organized. The first thing I'm doing is I'm putting everybody in a specific folder that is within the business. So if they are a Neora person, they're going to a Neora folder because I want to sometimes include them in my posts, and maybe sometimes I want to keep some of the Neora stuff and deliberately push it towards all the people non-Neora.
Now
So
tell me how do you put them in a folder? Can you
okay, so
loosely
you're
tell me
going to
that?
have to be on a computer. You can't do it from your phone. Or if
Okay.
you can, I haven't figured it out. But when you go there, you go to your friends list. And this will take some time. So I would suggest, you know how you have like the 2 rows of friends and you just keep scrolling. Let's say you have 1,000 friends. I just did one whole side first just to keep it organized versus like jumping back and forth. So I just went through anyone that was Neora. You have to click on their, I think it's add to another. It depends on how many files you have, but I think it's
Right.
like add to another group or
Yeah.
add to another file or something like that. Click on that and then pops up family for me, Ball State University, Fishers, Indiana, and like all these little pockets of how I know that person. Well, Neora is in there. So then I just add them to Neora, and that's how they're like categorized. And so just keeping that a little organized has helped that. Along with that, another step to doing that is while you're going through that list, you're like, I have not seen that person's post in a long time. Like you almost forget your friends, or maybe you see their stuff every once in a while. Guess what? If they're not seeing mine, I'm not, or if I'm not seeing theirs, they're not seeing mine. So I purposely am taking my calendar or my note page in my calendar and I'm writing their name down just to keep top of mind. Okay. So I'm just taking notes. From that though, I'm taking like about 5 people a day or 5 people a week, maybe 10 a week. And I'm purposely zeroing in on their Facebook accounts a little bit more, going to their page, looking at a couple pictures, and not just liking, but commenting. Hey, it looked like a great trip. Whatever I could, or like, this is such a great picture of you. If you even just go to the profile picture, that's an easy one to be like, this is a great profile picture. It's just something that will bring conversation together.
And if it's somebody that you think is super influential, I might add, you can always message them and say, oh my gosh, you all try, if it's a new restaurant locally or they went on vacation somewhere you haven't been before, you can be like, what did you all think about it? Give me the scoop or whatever. And start that dialogue. I'd love your
input on that. Absolutely. And that's something like, listen, I've also been like, hey, my husband and I, Sam and I talk about going to a lot of places, right? We're talking about Arizona. We're talking about going to San Diego. We're talking about wherever, going up. I don't know when, but my point is when I'm messaging them, let's say I had something, I saw someone was in Phoenix or the Red Rocks or something. I'm like, oh, my husband and I are seriously thinking about going there for a trip. We're still kind of figuring out dates. Like, what do you like about it? What are some like musts? And I'm must do's. And I'm trying to bring up conversation. Someone went to Iceland not that long ago. And I'm like, I need to hear about this trip. Give me 3 things you loved about it.
Right.
I have no intention of going to Iceland soon, but you know what? Maybe that is also me just being like, I'm kind of curious. What did you like about it?
Absolutely.
And it feels good just having conversations. My intention is not to go, oh, that's great. Oh, and by the way, I have a night cream. No, we're just doing the relationship thing. They're going to see my stuff. I'm going to see their stuff. I'll probably start to see their stories if they're doing stories, but my story will show up in theirs most likely too, because we're interacting.
The bottom line is you're trying to, all the people that see your Facebook all the time, you're kind of trying to shuffle them away because obviously everybody that's interested in like Prolux, for example, I'd say 90% of your Facebook people that see your Facebook regularly has decided now's not a good time, or they would have ordered.
Or they bought, or they're just generalizing like.
Yeah, I'm talking about after the people that have bought.
Oh yeah.
So 90% of the people that want it have already come forward because you've engaged on Facebook and they see your Facebook all the time. So then we want to get the other people that aren't watching your Facebook in there. I think that's brilliant, and I think it's normal, and I think you can never have too big of a network just for life in general. Life is way more fun with more people. So
and that's the thing, is just really figuring out this new, like a network of people. And with that being said, as far as network goes, it's also like something that I started a year ago is getting into Facebook groups that are genuinely of interest to me. So it does not happen overnight to where I can just first of all, you can't post your post in their page, they'll kick you out. However, I try to be active in certain pages, whether it's like a mom's page, I'm obviously not a doctor, but there's a whole doctor's page with a bunch of doctors in it. My dog page, the HOA now in our neighborhood, we have I'm kind of running that. So just having that like social ability to like just get on, post pictures, like other people's stuff, engage with them. Like I posted a picture of Olive in the dog page, and I was like, beautiful dog in beautiful Indiana. Look at these colors. And of course it was beautiful falls. And I'm like, who else here is from Indiana? Or show me where you're from, with your pictures. And so all these people were posting their pictures from all over the world. Well, there was a couple from Indiana, and I was just like, oh, we should connect. And so I'm like, sent her a message. Would you mind if we connected? I'm also in this area, like just one or two friends here and there, but that's what builds a new network.
I think the bottom line is consistency too. Like not just do it, but get in there regularly so they know you. So I always post in my Morky group, my Bella Ann's group, and I don't know. I just try to make sure they understand that I want to be involved in the group, not just like somebody that's like a stalker that watches all the posts or whatever. So when they see my name, same with my neighborhood. I have a lot of friends in my neighborhood, but there's really no need for me to constantly post in the neighborhood, but I do. Anytime I find a deal or a new great restaurant or anything, I go right into the neighborhood page and share it, because I want more people to know about the deal or the food, or, if we've had several restaurant owners in our neighborhood, and I've made sure everybody knows that they're local and they're near us and they live in our neighborhood. So they'll be supported. Yeah, so absolutely. I think it's just, it's fun to be a good person and try to help people. And then it serves two purposes. So it's great. So also I wanted to show you this. This is completely unrelated. My girlfriend sent me this.
Nice.
She weighs like 90 pounds, by the way. I'm like, of course you would. I'd drink the fat for you. And here's the best part. She sent it to me and didn't put her name on it. So I had to just sit around for weeks wondering who sent me this candle. And finally she called and she said, did you get your candle? And I was like, oh, you gave me that. Like I was dying laughing.
That's too funny. I love all funny gifts like that.
Oh yeah, she's a big Seinfeld fan too. You're a Seinfeld fan, right?
Of course.
Yes. I mean, we know all the stupid punchlines, like everything. So, okay, so before we close it out, I wanted to show you two cards that you'll like.
Dolores? Okay, go. If you had to. Okay.
So, do you want to explain before I read these about Would You Rather, our history?
So Erin and I, years ago, started like, whenever we were just having fun, we played this like Would You Rather game. And I remember specifically.
Well, hang on. It's usually alcohol involved, and it's usually an incentive trip. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, incentive trips. And it would be sitting around the table, and it'd be like, okay, would you rather? And they're always outrageous, things that aren't possible, but you have to choose. And to hear the reason why people choose that is the best. Right. When they're not just like A or B. They're like, well,
they have to like talk it out. You have to discuss it.
Yes, totally. Yes.
Anyway, and there's nothing worse than, I feel like this works really well with leadership and with us, because we're definitely visionaries. We can very much think about something and visualize it instead of having that part in our brain say, no, that can't happen. Yeah. Because we've been taught through the business to dream. So like when I've done this with my sister before, she's like, that's not even possible. I'm like, hang with me for just a second. Totally. And make it possible. Go there.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. All right, so bring it. What are they?
Okay, so I also want you to maybe say your favorite two Would You Rathers when I'm done with this, just because I know it'll be hilarious. Okay.
I don't know if we can.
Okay. Would you, well, one of your favorites that can be discussed. Would you rather have your height, I can't talk, height fluctuate by 3 feet every day?
Okay.
In the morning, you could wash your
hands. That's like 2 feet to 8 feet.
Yeah, I mean, like in the morning, you're able to wash your face at the sink. At night, you got to go get a chair from the kitchen table. husband kisses you goodbye to go to work in the morning. Everything's fine. He comes home. He has to actually pick you up to kiss you. This could be interesting.
That could be a lot. I mean, I wouldn't get anything done. You can't drive a car.
You would have, well, you could, well, yeah, you may have to get a special car or, a booster seat for the car.
Or both. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So okay. Or
imagine bed. Imagine your bed.
You definitely need steps.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Or would you rather have a pouch like a kangaroo that Kanye West lives in?
I hate that guy. I'm going with the 3 feet. Kanye gets on my nerves. There's no way I can have him like constantly yelling in my kangaroo pouch. So I'm going.
It would be explicit.
I feel like I would really enjoy that physical change.
Yeah.
Like surprise people. Be like, look at us here, little baby, or like, whoa, hey everybody, look at me. I'm the silly guy on the street with the big floppy arms that goes like this.
I would like to have a kangaroo pouch only while I'm at Disney World.
Well, because it holds all your stuff.
Yes, duh. I mean, that'd be great.
I love it.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and share my 2 favorite would you rathers and see if it gets your wheels turning, and then if it doesn't, we'll just end it.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you rather have horses' feet or hooves instead of feet? So, that's your jam. Or antlers coming out of your head at all times. And the first time that you heard that, or that was yours, you came up with it, I can't remember, but I remember you being like, all right, that could be fun at parties.
I want the antlers for sure.
Yes.
I just feel like, I mean, you can have like earrings and like, you can have like decorations and
what about
stuff.
When you're mad? Don't mess with me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can really like get like people, and I don't want attention because I sound weird. I'd rather get the attention because I look different. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like, everyone's like, where's the horse? And I'm like,
I mean, you could decorate that for different seasons.
That's what I'm saying. It could be like red and all these little hearts for Valentine's Day, and then Christmas lights, and then.
Oh, I mean, kind of like
the
cute wreaths that people do on their front porch or their front door for holidays. I mean, that could be kind of the same thing.
You're crazy. All right, let's let these people go.
All right. Well, it was good to see you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone.